Hello, here is a strength training workout that's full body using a set of dumbbells. I actually have two sets of dumbbells. If you have two sets or you have a few, please have them handy, but you will need two dumbbells for this workout, two the same. I have a heavier set and a lighter set. Just going to use the heavier set for my lower body work, lighter set for my upper body work. And the format of the workout is like this. So we have 4 exercises, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We'll repeat that 4 times. So we're going to be working unilaterally today. So one side, then the other, then one side, then the other. Then a Tabata, which will be a core sort of power focused Tabata. Then we're going to repeat that again, but focusing on the upper body. So we'll do lower body section first, then upper body. Today there are some functional movements, we've got some rotation, we're working in all directions, we're working on balance. So I really want you to focus on today's session in the strength bits of being really precise with your movements. So there'll be moments where, for example, squatting, trying to keep nice and steady, tune into what's going on. And you can always drop to body weight if you're like, right, I just need to warm up for the first set and feel how it feels. Let us warm up. So we're going to start with a lovely hinge. So we're going to hinge at the hips, stretch through the backs of the legs and come up to standing. So here's our good morning hinge. I'll show you from the side. So my back's nice and flat, switched on, we're not rounding, sticking the bum out, squeeze the glutes, come up to the top. As you're hinging, you're keeping your ribs drawing in and we're letting the gaze come down with us, so we're not looking up towards the ceiling as we go, because that just hurts the neck. So keep the back of the neck long, stretch through the hamstrings, feel sort of the spread of the glutes as you go back. Just 2 more like this. Last one. And then we're going to go into some squats. So feet slightly widened shoulder width, squatting down to your squat and coming up to standing. On the way up with the squat, what happens a lot are the knees come in like this. So I really want you to keep an eye on them maybe and keep them tracking. The knees might drop in if your glutes are not sort of awake yet or they're not engaging during the squat. So that's a really nice way to make sure the glutes are helping stabilize. Telltale sign the knees will have to move. Keep them where they are. Couple more here. Little clicks. Today, let's put one arm on, one arm down. We'll be squatting with this offset lunge. So just getting used to that. And let's switch the hands. One more like this to each side. Squat, stand. Last one. Oh, that was 2, sorry. Stand, squat, stand. Hands down. We're going to come to the bottom of our mat and go for some walkouts. So let's hinge at the hips. Bend the knees to plant the palms. Walk out to your plank. And then we're going to send the hips high. Come back to that hinge and then we'll stand up. So we've got a hamstring stretch. Walking out, waking up the shoulders and the core. You can drop to the knees here, no problem. Hips high. Walk back up. Stand. Let's do one more. Down, walking out, hips high, back up again. Now let's hold the plank. Down, hold our plank. We're going to go from a down dog. You can bend the knees if you need to. And then we're going to come off onto the toes and ripple through the spine, drop the hips into your cobra. I'm going to have to move my plant out of the way. So we got a down dog. Rise up, ripple, 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 and through. I'm dropping the knees for my cobra. Let's go for one more. Rippling up and dropping down. We're going to come back on the hips, plant the left knee down. I'm just going to rotate open to the knee and close. So nice bit of thoracic mobility, mid-back. I'm pushing my back hip forwards, so I feel that nice stretch. If you need to scooch your front leg forwards, please do. You don't want it sort of back here and you're on the tiptoe. One more. And then we're just going to step back and switch sides. So we've got that nice stretch for the hips, opening up and rotate round. Got 2 more on that side, rotate, last one, and 3. We're just going to come into face you. I'm going to bring one leg up. We're just going to warm up our windmill movement for today. So at one point we're going to have the arm up, so same leg and knees up, my knees sort of out to the side. I'm going to bump my hip, look up towards my hand, and then I'm going to come back up to the start. So let's just do a few more, just thinking, waking up that movement, coming onto the hand and through, switching sides. Bum down, rotate and up. So it's a hinge. I'm pushing my bum backwards, creasing my top hip, and then I'm coming back to the top. One more, rotation, rotation, and up. Very nice. Let's come up to standing. Take the legs nice and wide into our lateral lunge stance. We're gonna lateral to each side. It's a bit of a longer warm up today. We've got 4 exercises, 4 movements. I really want them sort of patterned into the body before we start picking up weights. As I'm lunging to the side, my chest is coming forwards. I'm not taking my head any over that knee. So it's really tempting to go like this, but I want you to just think hip chops back, body just hinges forward, and you're trying to get to sort of as 90 degrees as you can with that hip. Let's do one more each side. Circle the arms round. Let's take the legs back close together. Chest is going to lift. Just circling a few times in one direction and switch your direction. Find a little hinge of the body. We're just going to flap the arms, warming up that upper back and the chest before we start picking up those weights. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way down and come all the way back up again. Okay, now we're warmed up. I'll let you know what our exercises are. For the first round, we've got 4 moves. First up, an offset suitcase squat. So 1 on the shoulder, 1 on our side. We're going to be squatting down, trying to stay central through the middle as we go. This is going to be tough. Then we're going to have 1 dumbbell. You're in your sumo stance. Don't need to rotate too fast. We're in our sumo goblet. We're going to goblet. We're going to rotate 1 knee to the side. Little tap down if possible. Back to the goblet, back to standing. Back to the sumo, sorry, back to standing. Then we're going to go into a little offset RDL. So just 1 dumbbell. Feet, it's like an unbalanced RDL, not your B stance. Feet are together. The dumbbell's just going to glide down in front of 1 leg. With your RDL, you're going to come up and give me a calf raise at the bottom. Then we're going to go for your goblet again. Sumo, lateral lunge, into curtsey lunge. Staying on the same side for all those movements, and then we'll switch the other side. Twice on each side, and we'll go into that Tabata, your core Tabata. So grab your dumbbells, grab a bit of water, pop it to the side, ready. Let's go. Starting with that squat, I've got 1 dumbbell to my side, feet are my slightly shoulder width, and I've got my dumbbell on my right shoulder. You can mirror me and bring it to your left. We're going in 2, 1. Squatting down, we're going to take this slow and up. I want to focus on a slow tempo and keeping central. It's really tempting to lean off to one side. But for all the reps there, you'll see I'm just going to be slow and considered with the movements. Sometimes that slower tempo is harder. I mean, I find all the time usually that slower tempo is harder. 10 seconds. Squatting down and up. Really pushing feet into the floor, driving them away. That's our last one. And up. Okay. Gonna drop to 1 dumbbell. Got that sumo. And the lateral lunge is a hip, internal rotation of that hip. and we're rotating on the toe to the lunge. So I'm staying on the right side with my movement. 2, 1. So let's sumo. Little, lift a little, rotate the knee. I'm tapping it down. Come back to my sumo. Find your range and stand. So if you come down, rotate, reverse your rotation and stand. So in that slightly wider stance, internal rotation. Let the torso follow you. Then got time for one more. Down. 3, 2, and rest. Now, sorry, I always seem to get fluff on my mat. Now, that one's a lot of time under tension, so that one's why I go stay nice and slow and steady. Dumbbells in my right hand, feet are slightly narrowed and shoulder width. Set the back, think of that hinge we did at the beginning. Dumbbell's gonna slide in front of my right leg and coming up. So we're offset. So it's in front, sort of the outside of that right leg. If the dumbbell's in the center, it's not your offset. It's just in the center, So challenge yourself. You can even have it right on the outside of that leg. So you hinge, hinge, hinge. I'm keeping upright with my body. I'm not letting it drag me to the side. Working through those glutes, your stabilizers, your obliques. 2, 1. Okay. Goblet lunge to curtsey lunge. Lateral to curtsey. Breathing. Okay, we've got 10 seconds. So I'm going to stand this side because my moving leg is going to be my right leg. Make sure you've got space to curtsey and to lateral. So we lateral and curtsey. Lateral. In your lateral lunges, think of pushing off the outside of the foot to come up. So I'm powering to the side. If you can, maybe you go straight into that curtsey. Lateral, lift, curtsey. I'm trying to maintain a little bit of a balance. Last one, 3, 2, rest. Okay, I'm grabbing both my dumbbells again. Other side this time, so I'm racking on my left, holding low on my right. We got 10 seconds. Setting up, dumbbell, legs, and off we go. That second lasted ages. So squat and stand. If you have a mirror, this could come in handy to see whether you're putting more pressure on one hip than the other. If you're like actually holding 2 is too much, then you can just do the top rack count 1 and drop the dumbbell on the bottom. It'll still be your imbalance. You'll still be working on that stabilization, this functional movement. You could have something on your shoulder, a bag, be holding, I don't know, I'm usually just carrying loads of shopping up to my flat. There's no lift, last one. Very nice, okay. That's sumo next, with my left leg coming in and out. Use the break, catch your breath, heels in, not loads, just thighs rolling out. We're going in 3, 2, 1. So we squat, find the rotation. So I'm not coming up fully out of my squat. Lots of time under tension with this one. As you're in your sumo, no excessive lean forwards, not super upright either, but just allow the spine to come down and the chest to still feel quite open. Squeezing the inner thighs to come up. We've got 10 seconds. Shoulders rolling back and open. 4, I'm going to fit 1 in. 2, 1, stand. Okay, got that offset RDL next. Catch your breath. We've got 10 seconds, dumbbells in the left hand this time. I will never get used to doing the opposite. So either 3, 2, 1, let's go. Either just mirror me or do as I say, and then we'll be doing what looks like the opposite. So I'm sending both hips back, creasing both hips, but trying to stay balanced the whole time as I go down and up. Remember, we're not bringing the head so far down. As soon as the hips stop, I want you to stop and up, soft bend in the knees. 10 seconds. And now it's just one more time for our lateral lunge. Oh no, after the next move, we're one more time on each side. Okay, rest. So, again, with your lateral lunge, if you're like, I'm not getting it, you can either pick up your lighter weight or go to body weight. Because you want to get that inner thigh stretch and you want to get that hip stretch. It's a really nice mobility exercise. So, good to practice it. 3, 2, 1. Good to practice it without a weight first to see how it feels on the body. So think, as you step out, it's the outer glute of that lateral leg. As you come forward, it's the outer glute of that front leg. So we're alternating between the two. I find laterals extremely challenging. Day to day, we're not moving side to side very much. So obviously that movement pattern, last one, is going to be quite challenging. Rest, okay. One more time on each side. Catch your breath. 10 seconds, okay. 5, my dumbbells on my right, setting up my feet, and off we go. So I'm not hovering my dumbbell above my shoulder. I'm holding the front of my dumbbell. The sort of little finger side of my hand is right up against the weight on that dumbbell. Better for the wrists. You don't want your wrists sort of going all over the shop. And we're not holding it above our shoulder because, not a shoulder, I mean it is shouldery, but we're just racking on that weight onto the shoulder. Got 10 seconds. Watch those knees. Stable through the center. And up. Let's do one more. 3, 2, yeah! Plop that down. Sumos on the other side. I'm always like, have I got time to sip water? I'm gonna sip some water next round. Okay, let's grab our weight. Goblet, elbows in, shoulders rolling back. Right leg's rotating. So we sumo. We rotate, inner thigh, reverse, and again. Focusing on that form the whole time, not the speed. Rotate through and up. 5 seconds. I'm gonna finish off this one. Very nice. Okay, that single RDL. So I'm getting annoyed at my mat crumpling up. I have to sort that out in the break. I've got 10 seconds. Don't let the dumbbell pull you down. Set the shoulders, pinch the mid back, and we're off. Hinge and stand. That dumbbell is going to want to pull your shoulder forwards. Now, if you have the dumbbell in the front and you're like, it's pulling on my back, take the dumbbell to the side and do the same movement. Less stress for your back as a load is towards your outer thigh instead. Lower abdominals drawing in. By all means, if you need to pause, do a little cat-cow in between, please do. Last one. Okay, we've got our curtsies. I've got time for a sip of water. Okay, lateral curtsey, dumbbell, shoulders in, 2, and lateral, pushing back. Take your time in your laterals, take your time in your curtsey. Think about the muscles that are being worked, inner thighs, outer thighs, quads. Think about it, and you want to feel the stretch happening in those muscles, okay? So that's why I like to take it slow and up. We've got 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, rest, okay. Last time through. And then we're into our Tabata, okay. I've got both my dumbbells. Left hand's racked, right hand's down. Resting on the shoulder, set the hand. 2, 1, let's do it. Down. So we're coming up next is our Tabata. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We'll have 2 exercises. We're going to go through them both. So that's your core, your sort of functional core power moves. Down. I'm trying to keep central. I can feel the weight shifting. So I'm going to focus. Stop talking a little bit. Three, 2, rest. Okay. 1 dumbbell only for the rest of it. To the side. So that's where if you just had 1 heavier weight, you could just used it the whole time on that left side. If you only have 2, oh, let's grab our weight. I'll chat. Left leg's moving. And Richie. I was doing a workout this week, and my client was like, I get itchy when I train. I was like, you must be allergic to workouts. But she still turns up, so it's fab. Rotate, and up. 10 seconds, let's go. Remember to drop low. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, RDL, offset. So we do want a slight bend in the knee, but you do want to feel that stretch in the hammy and the glute. 3, 2, set the shoulders, core in, and off we go. Down. This is where the shoulder will pull you forward. I want you to lock in those shoulders. Keep them in line with each other. Keep the hips in line with each other. As you do your RDL, you're not pushing your knees back. Knees stay in place. You're pushing your hips. The movement is coming from the upper part of the leg. The lower part of the leg stays static, okay? Especially if you're someone who's like, I don't feel my RDL, my glutes, probably pushing into the knees and stretching through the hamstrings. Maybe. Well, here we go. Going for that cheeky little lateral for the last time, and then into our squat thruster. Going in 3, 2, stepping left, and I find, for me, going to the left is more challenging. The movement on the right feels more natural, so I like to take it even slower. I'm going to go to the left to feel I'm doing it right. We've got 10 more seconds here. You can do it. Remember, you can drop to body weight if you need to. I mean, you can have through doing this with 2, 1, rest. Okay, rest. We're getting there. Next up, we got a little little squat with a rotational thrust as our first move. And our second move is a snatch with one side, single arm snatch. We've got 40 seconds to that. Holding the dumbbell like this first. We'll squat down and thrust to the side and come back to center. Little rotation of that leg, pressing up overhead. Then dumbbell's gonna go to the floor. We'll stay on the same side. So we go this way, this way, this way, this way. You'll be down, using the legs, up to the top, and then rack, and we'll just bring it back down to the floor. We're in like a little squat position, okay? Got 10 seconds, you can grab your lighter weight for this. You can pick up 2 of your lighter weights. If you want to go a bit heavier, we've got 20 seconds. Think power up, 2. Power up, slow down. So I'm squatting, press, thrust, reset. Woo! Always love my dumbbell then. Reset. 3, 2, dumbbell down. That was me going to the right, so let me do my right arm. Reach 4 times through this little ditty. Go, lift, reset, down. Using the power of my legs in my snatch. Pausing at the top, taking that dumbbell right above my head and by my ear, not out to the side, not in front, rest, not in front of the face. Not here, bam. Okay, grab your weight, hold on tight to the other way, and go. Squat down, press, power, power from the floor. So if your dumbbell's quite heavy for this one, please grab your lighter one, or give me a squat thruster without, oh gosh, I rotated. And rest. I went to the other side. Should have been going to the other side. Got distracted. Okay. Ooh, heart rate's getting up. Snatch. And let's do it. Remember, one side's going to be more powerful than the other. I want you to concentrate on using the legs to fling, not fling, rest. Raise it up with control. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got twice on this side once more and on this side once more. Let's go. Squat, press, reset. So lovely bit of rotation here. Reset. Reset. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo. It's hard with that heavy weight. We're going in. 3, 2, 1, and go. Lift, rack, down. Now, if you're familiar with the squat, the snatch, and let it hover, fine, no problem. I like having it on the floor. So I like that feeling of having to generate full power each time. 2, I'm gonna fit one more in. Whoosh. Okay. 3, 2, and last one. Squat, press, reset each time. Power from the floor. Control that reverse rotation. 10 seconds. Press. One more. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay. Last time for these snatches. Okay. 3, 2, and let's go. It's only 20 seconds. You've got it. If in doubt, give me a little powerful squat or squat jump. Or 3, last one. And rest. Okay, resting up. I have a little bit longer to rest this round, and I'll explain what the next set is about. Okay, I'm putting my heavier weights to the side, grabbing my lighter weight, just actually one we need. Because again, we're doing unilateral work. Just throw all the fluff away. First move is that half kneeling windmill we did. I'm going to pause the timer. Half kneeling windmill we did at the beginning. So we'll be half kneeling, one side here, 1 foot out, arm up. You'll come to your rotation and up. Now this could be where you stay, or you come here, you stabilize through the front leg, you come out either to this position of a side plank or out into a full plank. Then you come back, bend the knee and come back up. That is an option. First round, maybe you just do windmill first, then second round we can do into that plank. So, or you can drop the weight and just focus on doing it without. Please be sensible, because you will be holding a dumbbell above your head, okay? Second up, we'll be coming into a little 3-point push up here, into a row. So I'll do 1 push up, 1 row, same side. Then dumbbells come to the chest, a little bit of glutes here, squeeze, squeeze, thrust, hold, tricep, tricep, and then down. Then we're going to come into your high position and we're going to swing, single-sided, swing, one side then the other. No, one side and then we'll repeat all on the second side, and then we're going to Tabata. Okay, so we're going to start that timer again. We've got 20 seconds. I'm going to start like we did in the first round, you doing the right hand side and then the left. I am sweaty. So we've got 10 seconds. Right knee is slightly out to the right, dumbbell is up to the ceiling. So you can do 1 without going into the plank. So hinge at the hips, my left hand is reaching towards the floor, I'm looking up towards my dumbbell, then I'm going to come up to the top. So I'm sticking my bum out, reaching my arm, and then coming up. Actually, sorry, it was a shoulder press first, then we come through. Now we hold, and weights in my front foot, slide my bottom leg out, come into that plank, knee, knee, and up. So you hinge, front foot takes the weight, maybe you stay here, just stepping out, or you stack, keeping the arm in line with your side seam, bring the front leg back, and back to the start. Complex move. So use no weight if you want to practice. I will talk us through it again on the second side. Dumbbells in my right hand. You can keep the left toe on the floor, or you can lift it if you want a bit more. I want no arching in the back. 1 push up, 1 row. Here we go. Down, push, row. Keeping as stable as I can through my hips at all times. Not taking my leg really far back up, so I'm like in this arched back position. So the leg just adds a bit of challenge. Row. Super stable. Here. We've got 5 more seconds. 1 more push up. And rest. So it's actually thrust, thrust, tricep, tricep. If you want to practice just the thrust, please do. We're going for it in 5, 3, 2, and squeeze my glutes, press up and down, up. On this one, I'm going to hold up, keep my elbows tight, ribs in, pull, pull, bend the elbows, press, press. Third one, we hold, squeeze the glutes, elbows tight, pull, pull. 10 seconds, press, press. We hold, pull, pull. Okay. Woo! It's very shouldery, isn't it? I must say. So this arm, I'm going to hold it at 90. We'll drop it down, we'll swing it up and to bring it back to 90. Catch that breath. Holding. Stable. Squeeze the glutes. Drop. Swing. Bend. Reset. So the challenge for your core comes in at the swing. Bend. Reset. Drop. Swing. Bend. Reset. I can feel the biceps. Can you feel your biceps? Bend. Back to 90. Last one, I think. Bend. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Oh, that lovely complex on the other side. Now, the arm might want to go behind the body. I want you to keep the arm in line with the seam. As soon as it goes back, your shoulder's compromised. Lock the shoulder in, okay? Left knee's up, left arm's up. Right, so step 1, let's hinge. Looking up towards the dumbbell, lock the shoulder in. Palms on the floor. Step the bottom foot out. You can stay here or you can stack the hips into a side plank. You bring the front foot back, bring the bottom leg down, rotate back to the start. Okay, again, pressing up, rotate, stepping out, and out, and back, back, and up. Ooh, much harder for me on this side, my left side. 2, 1, come out of it safely, please. Rest. You can see my face, I'm gonna stop talking as much. I need to really concentrate on that one. Push-ups, row, left side, okay. Dumbbells in my left, right foot's out, right hips are down. Do 1 push-up, then a row. Push, row. With your push-up, you are bringing your chest in between your hands. You're on like a seesaw. Row. Keep that right hip down. I can feel I was going out to the side. Last push and rest. Felt I was letting my hip rise. That's where the core comes in to stabilize. And if you can't do it without the hip rising up, I want you to put your foot down. Keep stable. Stability is key here. Don't just go for like the hardest version. Find that version that's going to make it best for your body. We're doing that. Sorry, press, press. Let's go. Push. I'm squeezing my glutes. On the third one, we do a little triceps. Ribs drawing in, elbows in. Don't flare the lower, don't arch lower back. 1, 2, coming back down. Press, press. Last one. We got 5 seconds. Press, press, lift all the way through. Wow. Woo! Round 2, baby. Okay, last time on this side, we're doing that windmill. Right knee up, dumbbell on the right. Let's just hold the dumbbell up the whole time if we can. So we press up, lock the shoulder in, find your hinge, find the floor. I'm going to step out, out, back, notice my arm doesn't move, back, come forwards, find the hinge. Stabilize with your front foot first, out, out, lock the shoulder in, mine wanted to wobble a bit out, and back. Keep an eye on your dumbbell. Might be tempted to look at me, watch me almost fall. Got 5 seconds. Woo! Rest. Oh no, we missed a move. We missed, okay, sorry, that curl lift on the left. Apologies, let's do it. That bicep swing snatch situation, but we won't be redoing that one on that side, okay? So we drop, swing up, down, down. So it's similar to your snatch. I'm trying to swing it up with relatively straight arm. Think of when you do like a kettlebell swing, but not locking out the elbow fully. Pause a little bit with your elbow at 90, just to get a bit of isometric bicep. Hold. 4, 3, 2. Woo! Okay, now we've got the second move, which is that push up on the right hand side. I knew there was something I was missing. Knew it. The rows on the right. We're going in 5 seconds. So my left leg's out and 1 push up. Core stable, 1 row. This leg out is forcing us to balance, whether it's tucked or not. We're keeping the hips level. We're not just sinking all the weight into that left hip. We want you to stabilize through the hip. Try to stay central. Use your left arm to stabilize. We've got 10 seconds. Pull. 3. Let's fit 1 more in. Push. Woo. Row. Rest. Thrust, thrust, tricep. Thrust, thrust, tricep, tricep. Okay. Notice that we've got no unilateral tricep work. We're just having extra lovely shoulders, core, glute situation here. 3, 2. I'm going to go to the side so you can see what's up. So we press, squeezing the glutes, front of my hips fully open, ribs aren't flaring. Again. This time let's hold, elbows tight, pull, 1 more, pull, bend and return, again like that. Take a moment, squeeze to lift through the glutes, actively squeeze the glutes. Hold, still squeezing my glutes. Last one. 4, 3. I'm going to fit a tricep in. Woo! Rest. Ooh, these arms are getting got. Okay. This ISO hold, I was going to say spiso hold, but spiso hold. Okay, right, ready? And we drop it, swing, control, ISO. Drop, use a bit of that momentum to get it up, squeezing the glutes, control, control. Sorry, sound effects help me. Zoop, zoop. Last time on this side, 10 seconds. 3, 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, other side. Is this the time to perfect that side plank situation? Okay, my leg is up. Maybe you're not using the weight and that's completely fine. I'm gonna try to hold it up the whole time. Right hand's ready. I'm gonna bump the hip. I'm looking at my dumbbell. Plant the palm, stabilize through the front foot. Step out, out. Hips stay high. I'm in my plank for a second. Back, knee, back to the start. I have to really concentrate on keeping my left arm locked in on this side because it's not as strong as my right arm. To stabilize through that shoulder. I think there's time for 1 more. 3, 2, I'm going to fit it in. 1. Rest. So I did 4 on the other side. I was trying to make sure I did 4 on the other. Don't worry if you did it, please. It's just my brain is like beep, 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 must do even sides. We've been working both sides the whole time. 5 seconds, dumbbells in the left, right legs out, push-ups. Let's do it. And row. 1 push-up. Row. Really nice way to get more core out of your push-ups. Or your sort of full plank positions. Really nice if you're not quite at the full plank renegade row, you can just come to 3. This sort of leg out assisted situation. Your 3-point row. 1 more. Push. Row. Rest. Press, press, tricep, tricep. Okay. I think there's like a... When you find like a dog hair and you don't have a dog, some women sneaking dogs into the flat. 3, 2, 1. Press. I actually think it's flow. She's allowed. Flow dog. Lift. Ribs in. Squeeze glutes. Tricep. Pull. Tricep. Pull. And all the way down. Squeeze and press. It's your last chance for this move. Press. We press and hold. Glutes in, cores in, squeezing through the glutes. Front of my ribs aren't flaring. 10 seconds. Press. Press. Press and hold. Da. Last one. Bah. That's where I take a sip of water. Okay. Delicious. Right. Last time for this cheeky iso bicep hold, and let's do it. I was doing just the single arm swings the other day, and I was like, oh, what will make this even more enjoyable is if we add a little bit of extra bicep work. I don't know if you notice in my workouts, I don't do lots of isolation of the biceps because they just use so much in other exercises. But this is a nice cheeky way to isolate the biceps. Isolate them with an isometric hold. Da! Double iso. Double iso. Oh my God. Last one. Woo! Okay, your Tabata. That was a celebration that we've done it. Your Tabata, for this side, we're doing a single arm push up. So legs will be straight or bent, and the dumbbell's coming up through center. We're going to peel up and sit up tall. Now bend the knees here if it allows you to stick that bomb out and get up nice tall. I don't want this situation at the top with the back rounded. You can take the dumbbell in and sit up tall and come back down. That's move 1. Move 2 is going to come into our kneeling position and do a little oblique crunch with that weight. So I'm going to face this way. You've got 10 seconds just so I don't hit my plant. I'm going to right arm, right side leading. Dumbbell starts above the chest, legs straight or bent, and nod the chin, wheel up through the spine, sit up tall, and you can bring that elbow back down if you need a bit more support at the bottom. I know we did a lot of shoulders, so I want you to either keep the arm up, that's more challenge, or you take the arm down slightly for that one, okay? That one is slow and steady, nice and simple. Not simple, but listen to your shoulder, listen to your body, okay? And we are going to slide that dumbbell down towards the side of that thigh, and I'm going to crunch up through this side of the core. So it's down and I'm not pulling my head down, I'm not rotating towards the floor, I'm between 2 panes of glass. You can have the arm out or just on alongside the body if that's easier. Get some lovely lateral flexion plus oblique action. Right, left side. If you had the arm straight on your right, try it on the left. Good. Lift and down. I'm going to lower my arm. Let me try. Not collapsing on the way down. 2, 1. Okay, so one hand, I just have my hand behind my head just to keep my chest nice and open. And we stretch and up. Standing crunch. Bring your elbow slightly forward so we're not tempted to rotate. We're not bumping. We're coming back to upright position. Not any further. Ribs in. One more time on each side. And then we're done. We stretch. Okay. 3. You can do this without a weight as well. And let's go. Push. That offset, offside, functional movement here again. Challenging your balance. 2. Woo! 5 seconds ago, 10 seconds ago, so quickly. Okay, I've got 3, 2, 1, and. Really focusing on lengthening one side, not just collapsing down into the floor either. We need to lift through both sides of the waist. Last 2 moves. 40 more seconds of work. You've got this. Make adjustments if you need. Control down. Control down. I don't want you to collapse. I'd rather you go really slow and controlled than just fall. One more. Rest. Hi. Who plans this stuff? Me. Okay, 2. Let's go. So really lengthen, feel the stretch into that hip and then up. Really important to move the spine in all directions. We do some rotation, lateral flexion. We're going to do some extension to open up after all this abdominal, oblique core work. And now here it is as promised. Pause the timer, stop the timer. I'm going to have a quick sip of water. And let's stretch it out. Okay, let's come to all fours. And toes together, knees wide. Let's just come into a child's pose to start. Relaxing through the hips and the head. Breathing here, let the chest sink towards the floor. Then I want to come up to all fours. We're going to go into thread the needle. Take the right palm out to the side, threading under. Come all the way down onto your cheek and breathe. Feeling that stretch in the shoulder. Coming back through, let's do the other side. Coming out to the side, and all the way through. You can reach your top arm forwards if you like, but keep encouraging rotation and that stretch in the shoulder. Come to all fours. I'm going to do a little tail wag, so I'm looking towards one bum cheek, over one shoulder. I'm going to come through center into my cat, and then towards the other side. So you get a bit of side to side action. After all that oblique work, this should feel nice. Also push the hips to the side, so you feel that stretch in the outer glute, outer hip area. One more to each side. And then I'm going to take my knees a bit further back and then just drop down onto my belly. Take the feet a bit wider, turn them out, hands alongside the body, and let's come through a lovely cobra stretch. Coming up into our cobra and wheeling down through the spine. extending through the hips maybe as well. Chest nice and open. You can keep this small if it feels better on your back. No pushing too far into the back. Let's do one more. And down. Just come into your child's pose quickly again. We're going to come up over onto our backs to stretch through the legs. Wheel down slowly through your spine. Let's go for your figure 4 stretch, holding behind the knee. Now you can always do this standing, or you can come into your pigeon if you prefer. As long as you're feeling that stretch on the outer glute, breathing slow and steady here. Let's switch sides. You can always do more stretching after this. If you know there's a bit of your body that you're like, I want a little bit more. I certainly have tighter areas, so I like to spend a little bit more time after I work out on those areas. So please, I'll encourage you to do the same. And then we're going to release that. We're going to take the right knee in. We're going to go for our cross-body twist. So I'm just rotating that knee across the body, breathing, finding that nice, lovely bit of rotation. Oh my goodness. Lower back feeling nice and open. Slowly come back through center. We'll do the other side. Knee comes in and over to the side. Breathing into the lower back. Breathe into the ribs. One more there. We're going to roll over to our front. I'm going to tuck the toes and just walk back into a forward fold. And then slowly wheel up through the spine, nice and slow. Let's get the quads. So we want to hold on to the foot, send the hips forward. You can again do this lying down on the floor, no problemo. On your side or on your front, like this with your hand down. Keep pushing into that hip. Feel that nice stretch. We'll switch sides. Hips forward. Then take the legs wide. Interlace the hands behind the back, shoulder blades together, arms away from body. Let's come all the way up and over. Stretching into the upper back. Breathing here for a moment. Hold on to the left leg so we can stretch through that hamstring. Anywhere on the leg, we want straight legs. So check, my legs are quite wide here. So bring your legs nice and wide. Inner thighs getting a stretch too. Go over to the other side. We'll come through center. Roll up slowly all the way to the top. Roll the shoulders. Bring the feet close together. Let's take both arms up overhead. And rest. Reminds me of that lion's breath in yoga. Anyway, well done. Completely smashed it. That was our full body workout using some dumbbells, bit of cardio, functional core, everything got. So well done. Smashed it.